Hello, my beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen. Greetings to you all from Reason Together TV. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, according to your time and wherever you are, the part
Shasha.
of the world.
Thank you.
Welcome back again to my channel. If this is your first time of coming across this channel, please enable to hit the red subscribe button down below and also the bell icon for notifications so that whenever I upload a new video, you will always be the first person to be notified. This case that you are about to watch is a case of a man and a woman who engage in domestic violence. Because of the domestic violence, the man decided to abandon his children. Please stay tuned as the defendant and the complainant make their statement for peaceful resolution.
My name is Uche. When it's holding your jaw, you lose it so that you can speak up where you are. We've been having issues since we got married. The marriage is 5 years now. We've been having issues. There was practically no months we didn't quarrel. We've been having serious issues. What kind of issue? Just little things, little things. It can be slippers, it can be 200 naira, it can be toothpaste. When we got married, he told me um, 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 that Wes paying him. So me, I used to mind the kind of things that at times when we are discussing, I don't know the right words to use because I remember if I use this word and it pain him, I drop it. So one day I called him and said, okay, let's exchange our views of what used to cause problem. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, and we exchange. But I found out that you caught before you married. Yeah, it's a Christian marriage. We did it from church, so just
Was
within
that
six
courtship
months.
before you
Yes,
both of you
within
married?
within 6 months.
6 months.
Yes.
Did you discuss the issue of the words, what you like and you don't like,
Yes.
before the marriage?
Yes, we discussed it. And me, why I didn't, my mistake or our mistake was that we just believe so much in how we found ourselves. He is a deacon. Then
And
me,
you're a deaconess.
I was a Sunday school teacher. I was in the same church in Delta there with him.
You're a prayer warrior.
So yes.
Your life, what is funny? Go ahead.
So I just believe in how we found ourselves that no matter the circumstance, we'll be able to resolve. Though we talked about our differences, accepting things. But I found out that he's hot tempered. He words pain him, and even me, I told him, okay, me too. There are things you will tell me that I will not take that pain me also. But I found that in the middle of the marriage, he will tell me anytime I complain of my, he will tell me no, that as a woman, everything is a man's word. You don't tell me this thing pain you. It is me that to tell you this thing pain me. It is until when you do my own. When you do my own. I remember there was a time I said something, he was angry. He said something that was not true. And I told him, no, now, this thing, you don't lie, you don't lie. It was hell because then he used to drop me. I was working, he used to drop me in the office, and he told me that I insulted him by calling him a liar. Then we are just barely few months after the marriage. We quarreled because he can keep malice, get malice for like 1 week. I will go to him. He said nobody, no woman can call me a liar. Just call me a liar. Since that day till I left, I've never repeated that statement. If I know that these things pain him, I will just avoid. That is me, I will avoid. But at times, if I avoid, it will be an insult to him again. So I was confused. So at times when he's talking, I just keep mute. And then he will say I'm calling him a fool by not responding. If you are not responding, that means I'm talking to myself. I'm a fool. I got confused. We were quarreling. The one that is even paining me is the beating. Is the beating and being able to take care of the family financially. So this is the last one that happened. It happened on the 6th of December. Before then, our king in the Agbo kingdom wanted to give him chieftaincy. We've been on that issue for long. So it was like, no, he's a deacon. We're dragging it until
You don't
he
want.
accepted. Yes.
But you wanted.
Me, I didn't want it. He too does not want it. So we're like, we are Christians. But
Yeah.
the king, because of the relationship they had, the king likes him. I said he wants to, because he's a learned person, he's a lecturer. And he's
The king. Or him.
no, him. Even the king too is a learned person. He grew up in England. So he liked learned people. He said because he is a learned person, he wants to give him, he wants him to be part of his cabinet. And he's a ICAD HOSCOM chairman, HOSCOM Committee of Nigeria. He's a chairman of my region, ICAP. So because of his position, they want to give him. So he was like, no, that him and the family, him and the wife, we are Christians. He's a deacon, he doesn't want. they dragged it and all that. At the end of the day, they accepted. So because of Corona that last year, they were shifting the the confirmation. They were shifting it until the king now put final date on the 8th for the 8th. But I remember even when the two times they cancelled the date, I'll be the one asking him. They will send a message that it's only three persons or so, three or four persons to enter the palace. So I was like, okay, who are the people you want to take into the palace? After counting, I was okay, but excluding me, he said, no, I don't think you are supposed to be there. I said, is there anywhere they will want to confirm you a chief without the presence of your wife? He said he will confirm, but he's not sure. I said, because he has already made provision for his clothes, the white, the beads, everything. And he's not even talking about me or the kids following him. I said, go and confirm. I have not seen it. At least some of your friends have collected this thing. And I know that your wife have to be there. I said, okay. Until a week when they put the final date of December 8th, a week before that time, he was preparing. I was now like, please, not when it get to that minute, you will now be doing fire brigade preparation. Confirm this thing, let me know, because I've never heard it that you'll be collecting, they'll be confirming you chief and your wife is not there with you. Your wife will kneel with you and wear the white with you. In my presence, he picked his phone. Now called somebody. The person now said, why will you be asking this kind of question? Definitely now, your wife, even if they are not giving your wife also, but she must be there, she'll wear white with you. He now said, okay. So that week, he traveled to Port Harcourt for a seminar. He came back on Friday. I was in the shop. We sell POP and the cement and paint. He came to the shop. We greeted, we hugged. Even while the children ran to meet him, even me, I spread my hands as I was running. I said, you must lift me the way you lifted the children to show that we were playing that day. So he just said, I beg, I'm tired. I can't carry you. We went to the shop. He brought food that he served them that he didn't eat. I looked for a place I want me to eat. We left. As we were going home, we were supposed to host a meeting on Sunday, town meeting, but in the chairman's house, but we are the one hosting. So as far as we were going home, the mood changed. I was asking him, is there any problem? He said, no, nothing. We got home, we entered the house. Then he now brought out the picture that he took there. I was like, this picture is fine, you are handsome. He was sitting there, I stood in front of him.
Speak up, please.
I stood
We're
in
not
front of
doing
him.
the during conversation.
So I was now praising him that this picture is fine. I used my hand to rub his head. I said, who will see you and say, I'm not taking care of you? Out of joke, I was even laughing. He now pushed me away. I beg, go. You don't know when somebody is not in the right mood. I said, and what happened? I was trying to persuade him to get what, because all of a sudden the mood changed. He said, please, I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. That is how problems start. That is how problems start. You see that I'm just coming back. I said, you showed me this picture. I'm appreciating the picture. I'm commenting on the picture that you look handsome. Said I should just get out of the side. I knew something was wrong. I left. Later, I came back. I said, I beg, there's no fuel, no oil in the gen. Please, do you have money? Let me go and buy oil. No, he was baiting. I now put my hand in his bag to get oil. I know they will say, okay, why did you put on her? But that is how we were living. We ask him. I put my hand in his bag. If there's money in my pocket, he will just go. But I will tell him, I collected also amount from your bag. So he will say, okay. Because even if I ask, he will tell me, why are you telling me? You don't know where the money is. I took 200 naira to go and buy something. I bought something, not oil first. I bought something. Then I came back. He was still in the bathroom. And I said, you are not out. I took 200 naira to buy something. He was like, why? For what? He rushed out. He was rushing to the bag. I said, what are you looking for? He didn't answer me. What are you looking for? He said, there's a particular 200 naira that is not clean that he wanted me to use. I would have used it. I said, I'm sorry, I didn't see that bad one. He checked and checked and checked. Was not like, okay, see it here. Next time, you tell me, don't put your hand in my bag. I was shocked because that's how we were living. He has never stopped me. Even at times, if I'm angry, I'll say, if I'm not happy with him, I'll say, go and give me the money. He'll say, if you don't need it, stay there. But the way he said it that day, that I don't ever want to see you put your hand in my bag again. I was like, what is the problem? He said, I don't want to repeat myself. You know, I hate repeating myself. I said, okay. Later, I said, there's no oil in the gen. Please bring money. Let me quickly send somebody. He said, there's 200 naira in the bag. I didn't go. I told him, I'm sorry. Give me the money. You've warned me. He said, please, I don't have time for many talk. If you know you cannot put your hand there, then leave it. I said, I will not put my hand. See you. And I brought the bag and gave him the bag. Give me. He said, okay, leave it there. If you don't bring it out, no oil this now. And I said, okay, no problem. But later he brought it. Let me go and, okay, he gave me, and now go and now went to buy it. He bought it himself. That was on Friday. The mood has already changed in the house. But that is, he keeps malice. He can keep malice for 1 month, for 2 months. The next morning, and I asked him, I called him, this thing now, the clothes, on Tuesday, on Monday, you are traveling for this thing. Are you not buying clothes for me? Now I said, okay, let's go to the market. And the thing we use for meeting on Sunday. Went to the market, we're now pricing, looking for white George to buy. I knew how long it took us to buy white George. Anyone with the touch, it's too expensive. It's too expensive. And now asking like, how much is your budget? Let's know. Said at least they have George of 3,000, 4,000. We're now looking for. The least one we saw was 7,000. The way he even paid the money, his countenance just gave me the money. Say, how much did I buy my lace? I bought my lace in Agbo. I knew how much I bought my lace. That I'll be buying lace 7,000 naira for you, and you're not the one they are confirming. Just collected it. I paid the woman. I left. Then we bought things for the meeting. We got home. That was on Saturday. I now called somebody because he wanted me. I'm a nursing mother. Then my baby was 2 months lost, or 3 months. My baby was 3 months. I said I have to call. We are hosting meeting. I can't cook the food with firewood, with pounded food. I need to call. I need to tell him.
Mr. Hillary.
Yeah, please, I'm in the class. I'm taking lecture now.
But they told you of this case from Lagos. Are you aware of the case?
The dialogue is talking, please.
My name is Mrs. Olushola from Human Rights Defender and Access to Justice Office.
Why not so I called you? You told me to the blog. After the blog, I called the organization. They said you went out somewhere for another matter. Why not good?
You said what?
I called the organization at that time you told me to the blog. But I was told that you went out for another matter. Why not good?
Mr. Hillary,
Ask me a question, madam.
I believe you. Listen to me.
I called you and said you came to me. You were not there for me.
I hope you know that you have not spoken to who is talking to you. I believe you know that you have not spoken. Excuse me.
You may speak up. But I'm telling you, I called. And I said you came to me. The people were not there. They said you went out. Will you not know that I called?
Mr. Hillary, your time was not 10 o'clock. We are calling you at the same time that your case is fixed.
Madam, I have the time to get to me here. The time is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock was the time to give it to me. And they come yesterday that it was 10 o'clock.
Mr. Hillary, are you free to respond to us now? Or we should call?
I'm not free, madam. I'm a lecturer. I'm taking class now. I'm taking class, madam.
You don't need to sound rude. If you are a lecturer, listen to me. You are sounding rude. You shut up there. You are sounding rude. I'm talking to you in a low tone. You are ranting there. You keep quiet. If you are busy, you tell me when to call you back. Not by shouting. I don't sound like your child. You are shouting there. When are you going to be free from there? When are you going to be free from the lecture? When are you going to be free from the lecture? What time are you going to be free from the lecture? Yeah, you are shouting there. You are shouting there. You shouldn't. If you are in the lecture room, call me back in so time. I will be free, and that is how you should address your issue. What time are you going to be free? Stop engaging me. What time are you going to be free? We will get back to you. You call yourself a lecturer that you abandon children here. We'll get to you. You will hear it from us now. Bring this picture out. Talk what you want to talk and bring that idiot picture out. Continue.
I'm sorry.
You continue from there. What nonsense is that?
I'm sorry for everything. So we now enter the market, bought things. I was not pleading. I said, I can't cook this food all by myself. He didn't want me to get assistance. And the compound, we just packed into the compound like 3 months ago. And as we enter, he will tell me, these people are poor people. These ones are illiterate. You are a graduate. Please, carry yourself. Carry yourself. I didn't mingle with anybody. Just good morning, good morning. Okay, who will cook this food? He now said, who do you want to cook? He was scrutinized. If I call this or no, I mention this or no, mention this or no. And I mentioned someone else, our town person. I said, please this one is an inside person, it's not a worry person. He now accepted. The lady came. Even when the lady came, just the lady was like, oh, is it only me you called? No other person. I said, no. Say that, is it only me that will do it? I said, me and you. She shouted. She was like, no, now. Because I heard the way you gave birth. I had complications when I gave birth to my last baby. I bled for 2 days. So the labor affected my back. They even told him as I was being discharged that this woman, before she would get herself, to take time and let her not stress herself or carry hard, heavy things. The thing was even affecting my back after I gave during that period. I couldn't carry anything. So the woman helped me. We did everything that night. The woman left. So the girl that normally comes to my house to clean the house was supposed to bring fufu the next day or Sunday in the morning. So that Sunday morning, his mood was still there. He was still down. I didn't know what was wrong. I was not like, whether it's the money, because once he spends huge amount of money on me, there's always problem that day. I was not like, is it because of this white? Is it this? I was just confused. So that morning, I was in the kitchen. He was ironing clothes. He wasn't talking to anybody. Me, I was in the kitchen. My little boy, 2 years plus, came to the kitchen. And because they are scared of him, if my boy wants to poop, if I'm not there, the guy will just poop on the floor. Everybody, the children are scared of him. The boy was looking for me. Before he could run to the kitchen to inform me he wants to poop, the poop would drop, even in the kitchen there on the floor. I didn't see it. I didn't know it was poo. So I think my daughter was like, Godson of we on the floor, something like that. He now came. He went to call daddy. That Godson of we on the floor. My husband came to the kitchen, started calling, and he used to do that. And I've told this several times, I don't like it. At least if you tell me I don't like this and I'm ignoring a little, you too try and ignore little things that I don't like. These children are me and you. They are our children. They don't even look anywhere like me. They look like him. But calling your children name, you are a demon. You are a thief. My daughter took something from the orange from the fridge, gave my daughter a slap. 3 years girl, slap me. You are a thief. That's how you grow up and start stealing, or they will just put that on you and burn you one day. So I can't. These are the things that bring quarrel. Let me not lie to you. These are the things I won't know when I was. Please don't. And he hates it when I tell him don't do this. He said because when sorry that I'm taking it back. When the father, those days when the father used to maybe he's torturing the mother, that the mother will just be crying helplessly at the corner, or when the father is torturing the children, the mother will be crying helplessly. The mother is disrespectful for a woman to hold the cane that the father is using to beat the children. I said that is olden days. You can't be using. I have pictures on my phone. I have all these things. They are on my phone, both record, both pictures. How you use a cable wire to whip my children. The marks are on their body on the phone. They are on my phone. When I was taking the picture, not to use it legally before God and man, because anytime we quarrel, he denies things a lot. I will not show him. He said he no flog, and what is this? And I said, hey, it's okay now. Can't the father scold a child. So that day he came to the kitchen, I was like, so you people on the floor, you are a witch, you are a demon. Because I can't, they know in short, I cannot dare to tell him it's back to sender or you. The only thing I'm allowed to, I'm not even allowed to say it. I just whisper, I didn't know he heard. I just said I reject it for my child. Anytime he hears that, he said you are not supposed to say anything. I'm not supposed to say anything. He has told me that several times. I can't stand it. You be calling my children, they are demon, you are a thief, you are a this. I just said I reject it in Jesus' name. Because this is what he even told somebody. That why will I be rejecting it? That all the one that the father caused him, caused the children, is there anyone that has come to pass? So he now went, was angry, was now talking. I now called my daughter. I said, hey, I left what I was doing. I said, quickly get me tissue. Go to the house, get me tissue. Go inside the room. Ask your daddy to give me tissue. The girl could not, whether fear, she just looked around, she didn't see tissue. And I didn't go to him. Let me be sincere, I didn't go to him. I just went, I took a wipe, the baby's wipe, I used it to clean. He was there, see where we were, see where he was. He was hearing everything. The woman go and get me tissue. I said, okay, no problem. Since there's no tissue in the house, they don't want to give you tissue, leave it. And I use wipe to pack the poo. When he saw me, I've entered the kitchen to continue what I was doing. Now brought tissue and threw at me. I said, we don't need it again. He said, why? I said, I've already used wipe. He said, but you knew there was tissue in this house. This is the stubbornness I'm talking about. Why did you come to me that you needed tissue? I said, but you heard me say you don't get it. He said, that means I'm proud. Why did you come to me to collect tissue? I said, Oga, we don't need it again. Thank you. Because I don't know what is wrong with you since day before yesterday. He said, it's me. Oh, I should just leave him the way he is. I should just leave him the way. From there, he started talking. The 3 words I can remember. 3 words that I told him that day that resulted to the beating. I can remember it, and I'll still say it. If I'm wrong, let them judge me and I'll apologize. So as he was talking, because he's fond of saying your family people are ungrateful. He has not done anything for my family. He has not done. Before I came, even my sister was reminding me of things. I've told her to stop reminding me of those things about the marriage. He didn't pay my bride price. They quarreled. We did the party, but the bride price they dragged it here around 6 in the evening. Somebody, my uncle, now bailed him out. Now said he would send money later. I have the bride price list. He did every other thing, but the marriage fee that is down, there was nothing he did. He didn't do anyone. He said, is it not me and the father, me and the mother, the brother and the sister, will be sending this small, small. Later, he sent half of the money. But my dad was angry because it took 2 years before he sent 70,000. He said, no, we should send it back. My brother, the thing stayed with my brother for almost 6 months. My dad, now when my dad found out that the money was with my brother, and I said, send it back, that he should take it to the village by himself. He collected it until today. Then we just closed that chapter. So we started exchanging words. Your family, you're ungrateful. After all that, I was not like, what did you do for us that made us ungrateful? He was ironing shirts. I will mention the 3 things I said that got him angry, that made him beat me. I want to know if those things are enough to receive beating. And I will not ask him, what did I do? What have you done for my family that made us ungrateful? What? It was not like when you were coming to my house, what did you bring to my house? You came with nothing. I was working. I was a HOD where I was working. I was heading the customer relations department where I was working. He knew. Then the apartment, I was staying in a self-contained apartment. I had everything. I had furniture. I had flask. I had generator. I had fridge. I had everything. My brother lost his job in Lagos, and I invited my brother to come over. Our last born was with me. That one was in school. I was paying that one school fees. I got a land in Lagos. I bought property before I went to Warri. I was doing well in Lagos, but my job stopped. I said no, I don't want to. I'm already of age. Before family pressure and all that, let me relocate to somewhere else. And I got a job there, and I even sold gold. I had plenty gold when I entered the marriage. It was in the marriage I sold all my gold. So I was not like, what exactly did you do for me? He said I didn't come with anything. I left all my property for my brother. And I've explained that thing to him several times. Because of that, he hated my brother. I said, let this thing go. I was getting married. You had everything in your house. You had 2 generators. There's no point for me carrying. And this guy is just starting life. He doesn't have anything. He doesn't even have a relationship. He just want to start life.
Before you gave them to your brother?
Yes. After my marriage, yes.
Did you tell him before you give them out?
Yes.
You tell your husband
yes,
that you are giving those
yes.
things out.
I told him I'm not bringing anything. It's just my gas cooker. He was like, why? I said, okay, what do you want me to bring? Should I bring the generator? He said, but your brother is a man now. Someone that is starting life should get himself ready. I said, give him time. You had 2 generators. So that in that compound, you can pump water. The furniture, if I carry those in my chair, now where do we put it? We have furniture in the parlor. So I just carry the things that I needed. The kitchen things, some fuel pots, my gas cooker because I bake, cake mixer, all my kitchen things, both coolers, breakable plates and all that. Then my things, I entered. When anytime we quarrel, after we saw my brother, he's a woman now. He's not a woman that made him who he is and all that. You left everything. You came to my house with nothing. So that day, now said, when you were coming to my house, what did you come to my house with? You came with nothing. And I said, you are calling my family ungrateful. Me and you, who is supposed to say this one is ungrateful or not? When we were married, my father carried 2 horsepower AC from the carton. They've not opened it. You are the first person that opened it. They've not opened it. 2 horsepower. He bought it 210,000 when he bought it so many years ago. He didn't open, just left it. He said, okay, we'll give it out as a gift to the person that will first marry. My father gave you, called you and carried the AC and gave you. Okay, since we got married, these are the things that you told me I'm ungrateful. I now send it back. I say it's you that is ungrateful. Now, since we got married, we now have 3 children. Have you ever bought pants for these 3 children? Pants. I want you to know. Don't tell me. Go outside. Tell the world. These are the things I bought for my children. Clothes. If there's a shoe or a slippers you bought for your children, you see their shoe rack. Bring it out and show me. If there's a cloth you bought for your children, bring it out and show me. My younger sister, she's in Aja with her husband. It's her husband that is they buy things for my children. They send things. If I'm pregnant, they buy things and they send through transport for us. So the guy is doing well, but not as my husband is a lecturer he's a HOSCOM chairman, but he's not this kind of anything family. I'm not saying this because not
Lecturer
for
in
me.
which school?
College of Health, Ufoma.
College of Health.
Yes.
Ekpoma.
Ufoma.
Ufoma is which area?
It's after Ugeli,
In Delta
in
State.
Delta State.
Uh-huh.
Ugeli.
Go ahead.
So it's not just me and my family. It's not me. It's even his own family. His own family. You cannot give. We will go to the village together. As mature as you are, you stretch 200 naira to your mother. I said I don't like it. If you don't have, let it be that you don't have. I've never even seen you stretch thousands. 200 naira, 500 naira, the highest 1,000 naira. In his present one day, I now told the mother, anytime he give you 1,000 let down, don't collect. He said, if you don't collect, he's quarrel. That means the man will not give him again. I said, don't worry, even if he doesn't give you again, I will struggle, I will give you. You understand? So that one passed. I was not like, you're not giving, it's just not just me and my family, but your own people. You can't even do it for your people. Now, my sister and her husband,
So the recent, what causes the recent
This is
issue
fight.
before you leave the house?
this is the fight. He now beat me up that day. The marks on my back, he used belt. And the one that even pained me is not the belt. He used his elbow, put me under, used his elbow to hit me on my back several times. And that was the back I've been complaining about. Hit me on my back with belt. So as he was hitting me, because if you ask him, he said that I came from the kitchen to attack him where he's ironing. Yes, I left the kitchen. It was when I went to drop the poo in the toilet. As I was coming, he was now talking. That I was calling the child a so name, and you are saying God forbid. Don't ever try it. I said, I will try it. Enough of this, your attitude. You can call me anything you want to call, but don't call these children names. I can't imagine calling my children, you are a thief, you are this, you are possessed. Many times you have said my daughter is possessed, that we should go and throw her somewhere she's possessed. The child does not behave, she doesn't behave possessed. You know, when he's angry, that's his language. So he now beat me up, rushed me that day, put me under. As he was beating my daughter, I just climbed the louvers and was shouting my neighbor. Me too, as I was screaming, calling Ose. My neighbors, they were hitting the door because the door was locked. Open. I ran out naked. It was immediately I opened the door, my daughter just threw, mommy, tie wrapper. I just tied up and I ran out. It was my neighbor. I can give you the man's phone number. My neighbor now held him and removed the belt from his hand. And I said, you are using belt on your wife. He said, if I don't kill her today. As the man was talking, next thing he went to the house, packed all my things outside. They were dragging, the man was taking my things inside. Moved all my things, even my undies, everything scattered outside on the floor. I was tying wrapper. I was just crying. And then, even that day, I was still telling the man, I said, this man, that's what we do, and we will say to the man, said, no, you have to involve family. Because when he's angry, you can't stand him. So we did everything. And that Sunday, I finished cooking the soup for the meeting. In his presence, I was communicating the fufu girl that, okay, don't need to bring it to the house. We will call you meet us up close to her own house. Just
So the
day
of the coronation is the day that you go have problem.
It was from this day, because the next day, I left the house that Sunday. After he beat me, he was not talking that he will kill me. I should leave the house, if not, he will kill me. And neighbor just called me and said, is there any way you can go? I said, my brother is in Usubi. He said, take your children and go and stay there. I had my bath. I just took my bath. I went to my brother's place to stay. Because what he's saying now, he said I disgraced him. After cooking food, I left him. And even the fufu, he doesn't know where the fufu. But it was in his presence. I was communicating the girl. Even when I left the house, I didn't want to talk to him. Really true, I didn't call him. I called the girl. I now gave the girl my husband's number. I said, yeah, call daddy. Meet him up. Or he will just call you, but he will not call you. Give him the fufu. The girl called me back several times. Said, daddy is not picking. I said, don't worry. When he get to the meeting, he will need the fufu and he will call you. That one passed. In the evening, I came back. That Sunday, I did not sleep. When I woke up in the morning, I could not move. My back was paining me. I went to tap him. I said, what you did to me yesterday is affecting me. I can't move. I need help. I can't move. My baby is sucking. My children are small. I need help. Please, you take me somewhere. Take me to the hospital. Say if I want to die, I should die. I should not talk to him. So I went outside. I met my neighbor. I said, please, where can I rub? Just now, my back is paining me. The woman was like, that beat the beat yesterday, the back must pain you. Now you were just born. She directed me somewhere. I went to the woman. As the woman was rubbing my back, she now noticed that my spine was not in alignment. She was like, this thing, what happened to you? Did you fall? I said I fell. But I'm a nursing mother. You know how you treat massage me. So the woman was like, you need to treat this thing, that your spine is not in alignment. And there's something I'm feeling that she can treat. She even said she can treat it at 5,000. but she will advise me to go and do scan so that they will know if there's a crack or if it's broken or it's just shifting. Said I don't have the money. I came back, I told him. I said, see what they said. Just left me and said I was talking to the wall. He left. He came back. Within this short period, within just less than 30 minutes, he came back and I was lying down. I didn't have my back to that. Until he left and came back, the children had not bathed. The children had not eaten. Even when I went to rob, I came back, I asked my daughter, have you eaten? She said, no, daddy did not give us food. Daddy said you are coming. I was weak. I just went to lie down. I told my neighbor, if your daughter finish, please let her come and help me hold these children. I want to lie down. My body's paining. It's okay. So I met him there. I said, see, he said he just walked away. I lied down. Then he came back on Monday, on the 7th. He just did me like this. Stand up. Oh yeah, pack your things. We are going. No, tomorrow is the coronation. Oh yeah, let's go. I looked at him. I didn't answer him. He said like 3 times. I didn't answer him. You started, oh. You started. I said, stand up. Let's go. I said, I'm not going. He said, why? You're not going. You think I even need you? I never needed you in the first place. If you know you are not going, arrange the children. Let me go with them. I said, see your children. You know where their clothes are. Carry them and go. She said, I'm giving you 10 minutes to get your things ready. I said, okay. If you are, I wanted to even call somebody in case and put it there. In case anything happened, let them know how I died. I just dropped my phone. Just said, I give you 10 minutes. If you don't get yourself ready, I will leave you. I said, don't forget the 10 minutes. I'm not going. And really, I couldn't even move. It was my neighbor's child that came, bathed my children and gave them food. Me, I didn't bath until evening. I was like that Monday. Then on Tuesday, the day of the coronation, before God and man, I carried my phone. I wanted to send text to the king because I took his number from his phone. I wanted to send him text that somebody you want to confirm chief today, ask him where his wife is. And really, the king asked his brother, they asked him. He said, the wife is not feeling fine. No, that he's very sick. He's in the hospital. They're very sick. You're not like, okay, who is taking care of her? I said, no, there's somebody there. I paid somebody to take care of her. She's very sick. That's what he told them. That Tuesday, I was just like that. It was my neighbor's daughter that took care of my children. So in the evening, I was not like, okay, I can bathe them. Because our parlor had 2 entrances, one to the kitchen and one to the dining, then from the dining to the kitchen, from the kitchen again inside the rooms. Then the parlor also have another entrance directly inside the room. So 2 entrances to inside the main house. I boiled water. I took hot water to the bathroom. There was cold water in the bucket and the baler. So as I was turning the hot water, I think the ones that entered the baler, that was my mistake. The few hot water that entered the baler, I didn't dip it inside. I just left it like that. I quickly ran. My baby was crying. So I was like, Dominion, go and stay on the bed with fulfillment. I'm coming. She's crying. Stay on the bed.
So what really now happened?
So it was the water. Because
even
all these ones are his issues. That's what he will tell you.
You give me a main point. Everything you talk, how you send your children to go and eat, and how many pick of it doing the picking. You can't be saying all that. Give us the main point of what.
Because he will tell you I poured hot water on his child. I disgraced him. I didn't follow him to chieftaincy title. I didn't follow him for the meeting. These are his 3. That's why I'm analyzing it. I want to know where I'm at fault. Because as I was rushing to drop the kettle and go and attend to my baby, the children now follow the next door because they like bathing themselves. They now follow the next door. The boy just carried the one in the baler and poured. My daughter carried the one in the baler and poured the girl. As they scream, I ran there. I carried the boy. I poured salt. I called my neighbor. He now assisted me. They even say, don't worry, stay. You are not fit. I said, I'll follow you. I carried on my children and went to hospital. He came there to meet us. What happened with his chief the whole attire? Before I could talk, my neighbor just pinched me. The man said, don't worry, let me take care of it. It was my neighbor that explained. Then we started treating. He didn't talk to me. He was just cursing me. Negligence. You are stubborn. You are
How did you leave the house?
So that from that day, he now started telling me, leave the house. If you don't leave the house, I'll kill you. If you don't leave the house, I'll kill you. Every day. I have all the records on my phone. Every day, leave the house. You don't give us money. For Christmas Day, nothing, no money, no food. On 29th, he now tapped me. He said he wants to talk to me. After much talk, that I'm challenging him. If he's doing something, I'm stopping him. I'm challenging him, I'm stubborn. That is giving me from 29th to 31st. If I don't leave the house, that he pity me, what I will see, I will not like it. That I should leave the house. Even before I left, I went to the police station just to lay complaint for my safety before I leave. They now advised me, madam, you have to leave. Contact your family first and get a lawyer. But from now that you reported the case, if there's anything, see our number, call our number for your safety. So he now said, if you don't leave, I come back 31st and you are staying in this house, forget it. In the morning, that was on the 30th. You know, because before then, he had already told me I wanted to travel for marriage. That he wants my daughter to go with him that same week before 20. That was like on the 26th or so. Because we are not talking, he said, I don't need you. I need Dominion to go with me. Dominion is 3 years plus. Okay, who will take care of her? I said, go and look for somebody that will take care of her. I will pay the person. I said, there's nobody. There's nobody. He said, I will take her like that. I said, if you can take care of her, take her and go. No problem. Okay, you are going to the village. What about your sisters, your family? Can't they take? Say, I don't trust them to take it. Nobody. I can't leave my children for my family. Nobody can take care of my children there. Before I'm telling you to get somebody, I know what I'm talking. Then after he spoke to me on the 29th, I should leave the house. On the 30th in the morning, he now woke me again that I should dress up. And the way he says it, like I don't have right for somebody to tell me sorry. I don't have right to be hot. And you always say it. You can't tell me you are hot. You are a woman. You can't tell me you are hot. On the 30th morning, now said, dress these children. I'm going to the village. I said, have you found someone that will take care of them? He said, okay, let's forget what has happened. Yeah, you dress up. Let's go. I said, I should dress up. I should follow you to the village just to be a nanny to the children. But you know I'm not well. I cannot. I don't have power. Since how many days? Since that day that happened, is this girl that will be taking care of the children? And I said, so be it. He left. And I said, from 31st, if I don't see you, it's either I will do what I want to do to you, or I will leave the house for you. I just made up my mind. I've had enough for the 5 years. I made up my mind. I just called friends and family to send me money. And I left. That 31st, I left the key. I did not take any of his things. We had 2.5 bags of rice in the house. I carried 1.5. We had about 15 tubers of yam. I carried 7. Even before then, the streets, the boys there, they were planning to some were saying they want to stab him. Some say they want to vandalize the car. When I got the information, I called them, the boys, and I pleaded them. They were the ones that said, if you don't take care of this matter, I will take care of it for you. They gave me the mind to go and report to police. So even when I was parking, they were jubilating that I was parking. Then I carried the whole rice. I said, no, at least let something be in the house.
But you said the man did not pay your dad.
Yes, we did marriage.
What do you mean by marriage?
We did the marriage. You know, from the list, as he was dropping it little by little, when they got, if you see the list that is on my phone, is the marriage fee proper that is last, that is at the bottom. So when they got, they said he doesn't have any money again. So there was a particular 50,000 they were arguing that day. Said he doesn't have that 50,000. And the marriage proper, the dad, the father's money, the mother's money, the brother's money, the bride's money, he said doesn't have it. That is the family that you can always send it and all. And it was around after 6 in the evening. So my uncle now stood for him as a shorty that, don't worry, let you.
So what did he really do there? No, I asked you can't.
We did the ceremony.
No. What exactly did the man do there?
The family things, like the one they said for Umada, for the youth, for the elders. But this is on my phone. But
did he pay for the bride price?
He did not.
We'll talk about the mother and father and whatever.
He did not pay. Before
you talk about the youth and all that, is it not they start from the family first, the mother, the father, before they talk about
this one, the family one is at the bottom.
The family one at the bottom.
At the bottom, that's the last.
Okay, if it's the last, when you people were billing him, how much? What did he pay towards the youth and all that? How much did he pay?
I wasn't there, but he paid all those ones. He cleared those ones.
You said you have the list on your phone.
Yes.
The
marriage list on my phone.
The marriage list, you have it on your phone.
Yes.
So you should be able to know how much he paid to the youth and all that, mother and the age grades and everything.
I can calculate it. Then the ones, because he said it's a deacon, all the hot, they said he should just replace it with soft drink. So he cleared all those ones. So there was a particular 50,000 that was not on the list that they were dragging. They said the list they gave him is an old list.
So like how much did you think he paid?
Everything should not be more than 40,000 or 30 thereabouts.
For all the lists?
Yes, minus the drinks, the physical cash.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not more than 40,000. Were you pregnant before you?
No.
You were not.
No.
Were you working before you married?
Yes, I was working.
And both of you planned for the marriage?
Yes.
Did you go for marriage counseling in your church?
We went. He doesn't believe in marriage counseling. We went. If they are teaching, his mind is not there. If I ask him, you were not paying attention, he will tell you, wait till that one, no. And you not seeing my
Which church did they ordain this man as a deacon? Which church? What is the name of the church?
Redeem.
Redeem again.
Yes.
Redeem Christian Church. Of which state?
Delta State.
Delta State. Which local government?
He was ordained. He was actually ordained in the camp.
Which camp?
Redeem camp, redemption camp.
In Lagos here.
Yes.
They ordained
Gio.
you by Daddy Gio.
Yes.
They ordained this man as a deacon.
They don't know who they are ordaining. You just see them, at times by recommendation. At times,
So they just recommend anybody, they ordain the person as a deacon, and you are a prayer warrior. You are a prayer warrior, or you are.
No.
Where you were or you are.
I was.
So now you are no longer a prayer warrior.
No.
What dropped the fire now from you?
The whole thing dropped the fire. I will not tell you that. The whole thing. Because
you are a children teacher.
No, Sunday school teacher.
Sunday school teacher.
Yes.
What did you teach them?
We'll teach about life. We'll teach about the gospel, Christianity, life in general.
Life in general.
Yes.
What exactly? Which topic can you pick that this is the topic I've taught in Sunday school? Because we are teaching adults.
Yes.
So what exactly have you remembered that you teach?
My line is youth. They always post me to youth because I like talking to youth.
What did you tell them?
I think we've talked about sex outside marriage. Sex outside marriage, something like that. So I remember that topic. Talked about rapture. I remember that topic. We talked about killing the flesh. Killing the flesh. I remember that topic.
Okay. We're still going back. Hold on. According to you, you are telling this office the man did not pay the bride price.
Yes.
The main,
yes.
And you are having children. Yes. How many kids did you have? 3. You have 3 kids. You have 1. You were not pregnant before they went for a traditional marriage.
No.
Okay, because you preach sex after marriage. Sex before marriage. Okay. Then you have the second one. Your dowry was not paid. You now have the third one. Dowry unpaid. You now finally packed out on behalf of the man. Did your family attend the marriage?
Yes, it was in my father's house.
Your father's house?
Yeah, in Lagos.
In Lagos?
Yes.
You invited your father from village to come attend the marriage?
No, my parents are in Lagos here.
They are in Lagos here? Yes. You were born and bred in Lagos?
Yes.
And the man's family came?
Yes.
The father came?
The father is no more. The elder brother, the younger brother, the mother, the sisters.
They came?
Yes.
The family, those ones that are adults, you saw them in your marriage?
Yes.
Okay, when this incident was happening, did you contact to represent him as a father in your marriage?
Yes.
Who? When?
In my marriage,
the person that, yes, as his father.
He's aware of everything that is happening.
How is he aware?
Everything that is it about the marriage or the dowry or the marriage?
The marriage, this issue that made you to pack your things out.
The family are aware. We even spoke up to yesterday.
You called them?
Yes.
What about your parents?
My parents are aware.
Have they invited him for once to settle this issue?
He didn't. When he came back.
No, hold on. I just want you to be responding to my question. Your father that gave your hand out in marriage.
Yes.
Because if your father said this man have not paid dowry, I don't see any reason he should have waited for that dowry to be paid before he started having children. But if they collected every other thing and they said his father and mother and all that, and you are using that now in the public that he did not pay the dowry, then you should have waited. And if you did not wait, you have the children, then there is marriage between you and this man. Because your parents ought to have stopped you not to go with the man. Because if you said your father gave out refrigerator, no? AC to the man, meaning he has confirmed this man as his in-law, his son-in-law, because he bought the AC for who as a gift to who will marry first in his family, or maybe the daughters they have among both of you people. So if he gave out that, what is it called? That meaning he has given out his blessing and he has confirmed this person as his in-law who have paid the dowry, because there is no place in Africa that is okay, I'll give you 1 million and they paid the 1 million. There is always okay, we paid 1 naira, the rest will still continue because we are in-law, your daughter is still with us. So that you cannot say your dowry is not paid. That is one. Then, before you depart or you pack out your things from your matrimonial home, from whatever you have discussed, you have shared this office, and is the reason why you finally packed out. The man said, let's go to the village. He said, you are not going 31st. Okay, if I meet you here, you will die. And first of all, he said, if I meet you here, you will die. He came and meet you, he did not kill you. Another time again, he came again. He said, if you now you okay, forget about what I said yesterday. After beating you, chased you out, you said your back was paining you. You came back again. It's okay, let's go. You did not apologize. You are waiting for the apology and the treatment. He did not do that, which I believe this man did not started what you are complaining now. You have been seeing the trace of that. If you have been going to counseling, what is it called? Marriage counseling, and you notice that this man was not paying attention. He did not pretend to you that I am not the counseling type and I'm not ready to take any counsel from any pastor or the lecturer who counseled you people. There, he showed it to you then. Before, now that the marriage did not take it unaware, you are aware you are preparing for a marriage. And this man must have shown his nonchalant attitude to you, that he's a stubborn type, he's the autocratic type, he's the one that wants to call himself, I'm an African man, and if I beat you, you have to kneel and say, I'm sorry for what you did before I even lay hand on you. You have seen all these traits. And as a prayer warrior, when you were praying, probably you were praying to be settled in marriage, and you are no more a prayer warrior. You did not pray to pray that spirit out of the man. You did not pray to pray. Madam, listen, I kept you quiet for over. I mean, don't interrupt, because I will yab you if you do that again. Please don't try that. I kept quiet, patiently listening to you. So don't interrupt me. You did not pray that spirit out of the man. And I don't even know what makes you think you were a prayer warrior yesterday. Today you cannot be a prayer warrior. As I'm sitting, I'm not a prayer warrior. I feel I do what I feel I can do. But I pray to my God on a normal day. But if you sign yourself as a prayer warrior, you are different from every other normal church goer. You are different from any other person. You can never be a prayer warrior, so to say. But who prayed more than you and sit there? So you are praying as a prayer warrior. You are not praying to have peace. When the man becomes the tough type, the wicked type, the arrogant type, the quarrel type, the beating type, and everything, you are supposed to even pray now as a Christian that you should be on the tolerating type, not tolerating that he should be beating you. But something must trigger, something must lead. He cannot just talk and wake up, started beating you. If you say, don't talk back at me, and you feel, okay, this man have erred, and at that moment you say, no, I can't take it anymore, and you talk back at me, your husband might not be my kind of husband. My kind of husband may not be like your kind of husband. You may be married to somebody that is tolerant, that is on the quiet side, that overlook things. I might be married to somebody that don't even take 1 inch patience to even take anything from me. So if you compare your sister's marriage or any other person's marriage to the character of your husband, you cannot stay in that marriage, because you must look for a way to manage your own. How you find it? If you are the type of woman that nag, do you know you can be married to somebody that say, I am the quiet type, but my husband, my wife, please forget her. That is how I met her, and that is her character. There are men like that. And there are men that your character, if you are the naggy type, they can't manage you one day. And they'll put it to you. You either stop or you leave the marriage. It's left for the man to manage you, or it's left for you to step down from the anger or whatever the person is complaining about. I keep saying that marriage is two-way things. Even though one person holds the what is it called? The crown of making it to work or not. If you are exercise more patience, you are the one holding it, but it's for both sides. There is no way your husband have not taken excess from you before now. We have heard from you. We've not heard from him. Even from his tone of response to this office, he's an arrogant person. But you that married him, how do you manage him is what we should talk about. And you did not rush into marriage by pregnancy or taking it first. Both of you planned it and you decided to go in for the marriage. And it was showing the attitude to you from church, from lectures, from this, from that. Then no, you have always been begging even before you started having children. So I know that. So you either avoid talking back at him when he's talking, let only him be the talking type. Then your family have not called this man, no matter how wayward, how rude, how arrogant is the man, they should even try their own best as parents to you. My in-law, I want to say you. My daughter, there is something my daughter have been complaining to me, even if it's your father, now that your father is alive. Called your husband to the house or even sent uncles to visit him. This is what I've been hearing from my daughter. Is it true or not? If it is true, please let it not repeat itself. If it is not true, he will have his own story to tell. And your father will also find another way to caution you as his daughter, then also tell this man on what to do, on how to manage his home. And packing things out of his house. And people are assessing his apartment. They were telling you, carry all the rice. Some are saying, don't carry the rice, you carry all of them. Some are telling you, pack this one, not pack that one. And the neighbors are even telling you they are threatening to break the windscreen and scatter things before he comes. How do you sell your marriage to the ex, even if you don't want the marriage again? Why can't you just understand that this person is the father of your children? That another person is not supposed to access that apartment. Those that were asking you, carry rice. Did you buy the rice and display it in the compound? You store the rice in your storeroom, in either your kitchen or in your room. How did they not come in to asking you, advising you, pack all the rice, leave some of the rice, we'll break the windscreen, we'll destroy this. If you want to, if you don't know how to handle it, let us help you to handle it. Before you pack children, I keep telling you women, before you pack children from the house of a man, be ready to take responsibility. If you know you are not capable, you are not rich enough to take care of your children, in case the man said, no, I don't have now, before you approach law court, you come in here and know that. Ensure you have enough funds to take care of the kids. A situation like this, it should be a modality that both of you should discuss. Now the marriage is not working and it's not a do or die affair. I think for you not to kill me, I don't want to be killed and I don't want to kill you either. If the marriage is not working, let's discuss the modality. Then I have to go back to my parents. How will these children be taken care of? No problem, let them be with you. I'll be sending their upkeep. You pay this, I'll pay this. There's nothing that said it must be, is the responsibility of the man to take all the bills of his children. You should also work as a mother of the child. The children belong to both of you. So before you vamoose from the house and take the rice, the 1.5 bag that you took, supposed to have carried you like 10 years. If you know that cannot feed you and your kids or feed the children for this long, for that long, then you should have waited for the man or find a way to resolve your issue, even if you are not interested in the marriage. You don't walk out of marriage as if you met somebody at the bus stop and he asks you out, let's hang out, and things could not work out and you pick your bag and walk away. Even if it's a trust store, even if both of you are living in the same neighborhood and the family visited you, ask your hand in marriage, you must give that respect. You left a Delta State to Lagos to come and stay with your family, or you are living on your own with the kids. You should have considered that if you leave, you must, in one way or the other, need this man for his kids. When you leave, you should consider that these children were schooling there before you move them from Delta State to Lagos. You should know that these children will be enrolled. And if you move them from the school where they were going, have the man agreed that where you are enrolling the children to, has he agreed that the children should be enrolled in Lagos, or they should be taken off his presence? So if you take decision on your own and you are expecting the man to dance to your tune at every given time, I don't think it's going to work out that way. Now he's lecturing, you are in Lagos, the children are here, you have taken the children from there, you withdrew them from school, now they are in Lagos, you want to enroll them into school, and you think the man will want the children to be in Lagos without him seeing the children, and they want to be paying school fees? And you take the children from there and you feel the man should be sending feeding money while you feel you are living with your parents, and he never asks you, even if he say go, you still have foundation. You were not picked, you did not drop into the man's house from the planet. The church, both of you met yourself. You did not call your pastor to come in and intervene, even though the man did not have respect. The king, you did not even go to the king. Your husband was going for his coronation, that you made him to buy clothes, and nothing stopped you in buying this, using your money to buy clothes. Normally, as a woman that the husband go for coronation, however you put it, you are to support him with your own money, not by giving him money, prepare food, other things, even support him with drinks and all that, even anything that will make him look make you both of you look beautiful. You should even add to it. You walk him into the market to go and buy you clothes. Agreed, it's your husband. If you have, you should do it. If you have, you should do it, because both of you are married. You are both married. You went there, look for all the clothes. After buying the clothes that is even more expensive than his, at the day of the coronation, because he did not say, he said back is paying you. I agreed, back was paying you. He said go with the children. That day is the day of his honor. You should have even managed yourself. Now that you are not even on the sick bed, you still brought yourself home and lying down. You should have managed yourself and pretend at that moment. Sit down, let that coronation end. If you have anything to tell even the king that is close to him or however, you can bring it up at that moment. At the seat where you were supposed to be seated as his wife, where they were planning him, you refuse to go. Then when it comes to traveling for December, you said you did not bring money, this, that. You did not go again because you were angry. All that, madam. I will say you tried, but you still did not try. If this is how everybody walk out of marriage, you will not meet me even in my own marriage. If that is how everybody walk out of their marriage, you will not meet your mother in her marriage. You understand? Beating is nothing that anybody should tolerate in marriage. And when we talk about beating, I hope you know that it's not only women that beat men. Some men beat women, and some women also beat men. I have seen several men that have been beaten by their wives in this office. When things were not really okay, you should find a way to iron out your differences, my dear sister. It's very annoying for somebody to be using anything to hit on you. If there is true love, some people can love, but they are still wicked to an extent. Inflicting injury on you is not proper. I don't encourage that. But there should be a better way of resolving other than packing out. You understand? Packing your things out of that place, moving the children from that place on his behalf is not proper. It's not a good step for a married woman. If you are just maybe met him and both of you just hang out, both parents did not even know, you have children and all that. Even if at that, you cannot just move out and pack things like that on his behalf and walk away. Since you come back, how long have you stayed now?
I came on the 31st December.
31st December.
Yes.
Has he met your family?
No.
Have they called him?
When I reported the case to the family, so my mom called, but my dad is sick. He's has stroke. He's not talking, he's unconscious. So my mom called my uncle. So my uncle said, okay, that they have to wait for him. When he gets to the house, if he doesn't see his wife, let him call the family and say, my wife is not here. But when they waited, they were expecting him to call after he got home. He didn't see the family, to at least call the family to say, your daughter is not in my house, so I didn't meet your daughter. So after like 2 days, they didn't call. Because the man that is coming to treat my dad started treating me. For the whole of January, I was down. My mom was taking care of the kids. So it was after 2 days, my mom was worried, said he wants to call him. But my uncles, my family, my paternal family, they were like, no, that even if there's any call that should be placed, is from them, not me, my mother, either my father or the uncles. But my mom was worried that he knows this guy will not call, and he will not tell even his own family. So my mom now called the mother and the uncle, the one that is representing them as the father. So they didn't ask him. They waited for him to tell them. He didn't tell them. They were calling me to check on my body and all that. He didn't call. So that's just how the thing remained. He didn't call me. My mom just called the siblings and the mom. They've been calling me, even up to the day before yesterday. The brother still called the father.
They'll be calling you that one.
Yes, to check on me, to check on the children, to ask me if he has called. So it was me that now called him last week. Why have you not called me now? He said he can't call me. That though when he got to me, he didn't see me, so he sent me text messages. He sent me about 3 different messages telling me, I'm happy you left. I've long waited for your exit. That was the English he used. I've long waited for your exit, but you carried my foodstuffs. Why will you carry my food? You carried yam, you carried this. That's a sign of hunger. That's a sign of poverty. You are from a poor home. Those were the messages he said. I forwarded it to his brother. The brother, they were angry. At the end of the day, they did not call him because he won't. I know him. I told him he won't call. He won't tell anybody. You can stay 1 year without telling anybody, and the wife is not with him. So they now called him. But the family kept telling me that anytime they call him, let's resolve this issue. Okay, call the mother, call the family, and you know the condition of the father. Because that was why, mommy, I tried to make this marriage work. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I'm a good wife. But I know the extent I went to. Within 5 years, we changed 4 churches. The whole family, they are aware of this. So every day I kept calling. If I call my people, or my dad has been sick for some time, my mom will say, he will not even listen to the call. Because anytime my mom comes for Mugo, they always have issues. If my mom is breathing, he will stand there. Why will you be putting hand here? Why will you be? I don't like it. I don't like it. So my mom was like, even the second one, my mom said she wasn't going to come. I begged her. She now came. But the third one, she didn't come because she was taking care of my father. So my mom now called the family. I told the family, this is what is. And anytime they call him, let's resolve this issue. He doesn't sit up till now. He now opened up. Yes, she has left. I wanted her to go. Let her go. She said I beat her. I did not beat her. It's his cement that she's selling. And the business is not mine. It's his business. The account they are paying money is his account. The book, every day he checks the book, he audits. I've never taken a penny from that business. I was working. After I put to bed, he asked me to stop. Though I had the pregnancy was overdue. It was going to a year. So my maternity leave, I overused my maternity leave, so I could not resume back. And I said, just stay at home and we'll establish you. So it was after like 2 years that we opened the business. So me, I didn't really have money. Anytime okay, give me money, let me start business. He would say no until I'm ready. And when he got ready, he opened the business for himself.
So how did your family now resolve the talking?
My family were waiting for them at least let him call, or even my dad. When I came, the thing affected my dad. When he finally knew that the marriage, see what happened. He went unconscious again for like 2 weeks. He did not talk, he did not do anything. The first day he opened his mouth, it was his name he was calling. Hillary, Hillary. I called my brother. I said, my dad is calling Hillary. He said he has called this several times. He said he doesn't want to have anything to do with my family. That since I have gone, everybody should leave him. So I was not like, okay, they should leave him. What about the children? I know I made effort. Once I report to a pastor, they call us, he will agree. We say, okay, I'm sorry. But as we leave home, he will bring my things outside. I should go and marry the pastor. And that we will not go to that church. We've left 4 churches in 5 years. Well, the marriage counselor, there's a popular woman in Delta State that addresses issues like this. I know the stress I went through to book an appointment with that woman. Even when he found out that I went to that woman, I was like, how did you do it? I knelt down. I said, please, this marriage is having issue. Let's see a counselor. He said, is he not a woman? What does a woman know to advise me? But this is not his. It was this. I'm the 4th person leaving him with children. It was just the first one that I knew about before the marriage.
Person.
Yes.
4th woman
Yes.
leaving the marriage.
Yes.
And you want to tell us that you are not aware that the 3 women have been with this man and left him.
It was the first one that I was aware of. Even
Which
the
first
daughter,
woman?
the first woman. I was aware of the first woman. He told me, and I saw the daughter before even marriage. I saw the daughter, I liked the daughter, I accepted her. Told me they didn't even stay for long, just 1 year. The lady was promiscuous. You know, being that, I'm sorry,
And the
being
rest
that we
one,
met
he
in the
paid,
church.
he married them, or they just stayed together.
That was the first one. Then the second one, he married the lady. He married the lady in the church. Then the lady didn't give birth. The first one gave birth to a girl. The second one did not give birth. That one left. And I don't know her. It's only the first one I know. So the story is, he just give me one story. Then the third one, he said he didn't pay bride price, but that one has a girl. So 2 girls.
Plus your children are 5.
5. So I know the effort.
Now we know the foundation of the
I know the effort. The whole family,
Yeah.
if they are watching me, they will be happy. The brother told me the first day, any length you want, we are solidly behind you. The whole family now is against. He said all of them, they are. If he's ready to, I've told him several, let's resolve this thing. Let's see a counselor. Because I used to talk to married people. I used to talk to people. So that's before I left, I knew how I've swallowed. I said I don't want people to see that I have a failed marriage. That's why I stayed these 5 years. I don't want my marriage to break. I never supported broken marriage. I've swallowed a lot, and I'm not perfect. He will tell me, you are stubborn, you are stubborn. So many things I came down to the minimum, but yet it will still not please him. He's the one that is beating the children that I just couldn't take. You can do anything to me, but not calling the children names and using cable on little children. See the day we were coming, they were jumping because I told them we were going to grandma's place.
Is it the man?
Yes.
The picture is not clear enough now, because the man is looking somewhere. You can't even know.
No, that one.
And moreover, he's not even a kid. Adult.
Yeah, I have this picture on my phone.
Should have. That's what. Somebody is looking one corner. Moving. How would he even know who is this? We will call the man that bring her picture. Her phone. Bring her phone. The man that crowned him. We are going to call the king. If he does not respond to us within 3 days, we will call the king. Let's see the kind of people that the king is installing as his cabinet.
This morning, a lawyer called me.
Let me see.
He said he came to contact him, the lawyer, this morning, that he's filing
Let's
for
see
divorce.
the person. It's good. If he files for divorce, he will take care of his children. After all, he has married. You are the 5th wife, so you have not. Is there half for?
Is an Anglo man.
Yes.
You want to find divorce? Somebody have left your house. You don't need. They only after all. They say they did not. If you have money to go and pay, the money should.
Him and the kids.
The love of the kids will be on. Only human being. You said your 6 months there was too short. You told him now for guys to say I'm not. Because it was short.
Who want to be bad? If you date the person for 1 million years, you will still pretend until you're married,
But that one you
and the person will turn something else.
notice I'm 6 months.
be fast because you are taking my time. With Google.
Your husband, latest picture of going and go out. Enough at that time.
Dick in 5 wives. Now wow.
Yeah, the fourth person.
Now
I
wow.
want to know this.
And they give an title.
From deacon to title
To chief.
to chief. Somebody that is not even a kid. This man a very advanced man. This is over 60 now.
He's 52 this year.
52.
Wow.
I cannot see his face properly. This is a distance picture. It's not even in image. No.
Bye.
Yeah, it's not. The face is not so showing properly.
Screenshot any fine one that is very. And the man of the country. Anyway, when you talk, I say, want to come and fight us.
We are going to call that king. That king that do.
So I'm not, I don't have time. I don't have time. You will get them by force. You don't forgive and you for report to the king. You forgive and you shoot at
I wanted to do it, but because of my kids, I wanted to just have the I didn't want to spoil that day since I didn't do it.
the married father, the married sister.
I didn't want to spoil the day.
It's going to be the number 2. After she will go and marry number 6. Wow.
Nobody can talk to me. Nobody by arrogance.
Thank God I'm the one blocking. So if you blame me for what I know is good, I'm going to block the streets. But you're taking my time.
Nausea.
Facing now. Either we are together or he's with the kids.
I put the word into Natuna.
You get by here.
Just got his hair.
How many years is this one?
Last year, this day, I just got back from Lagos, October 16th is his birthday. So my father called me even before I dedicated my baby because that my father is giving up and is asking of me that I should come. I wasn't strong and the baby, I had to enter the room. I came with my children, saw him, so he was revived. On the 15th, my husband said we should come back because the next day was his birthday. He was sounding very happy, so I went back. The next day on the 16th, we went out, went to ShopRite, this is the picture, and he gave me the car key that he bought a car for me, the Jeep. I didn't want to announce it because I know him. But it was like I should announce it. I should announce it. I should tell people. I called my family. When I told my sister said, "No, rejoice too much, na scam." So that was the statement, na scam, and it was really scam. My sister said, "Okay, if really is your car, tell him to show you the paper." It's okay. Let me. I asked. He said they are doing the paper. I said, "Say it's my name. We know it's my car. So what will it be your name?" Is it not me that bought it?
Oh.
And you don't know how to drive. I drive most of it. So it's his name. And that one is not what is his is mine. So I didn't really bother. But the one that was not paying me, if we are entering the car, there's always issues.
Okay.
You will tell me, and I have a baby in my hand, baby of 3 months, 4 months. Then my baby was less than 2 months. I'm not dedicated. You tell me I'm entering car. Did I know how to wash? I've not washed that. We should be rotating washing of the car.
So,
just one car in the house. We beat the children that they are matching the chair. And they are small. My son is
where is the car now?
He's with him. No, the car was in the house when I was going. I said, I carried my things. That was why I'm happy that he didn't tell people that I carried property. The only boss I carry, snap it. I said in case Mama asks me. The suitcase. The children didn't. It's only the wardrobe that he bought for them. Nothing to put their things. So I now carry. It's only this one that he bought for children. Three children. So I now carry this box. It's his own. There was nothing inside. It's just a normal Uniben,
Let me
more
see.
flag and all that.
Show it to the camera.
This suitcase. I now carried it, remove those things, put it in another box. Use this one to put his children's clothes. Said I carry this property. Then the wrapper, the one the mother gave me. He said, why would I carry the wrapper? It's his mother that gave him the wrapper. And the one that gave me to the backing children.
Was it there when you packed it?
No.
Why you carried it?
No.
Oh, so how did he argue why you were carrying the wrapper?
He came now, he didn't see it. I mean, I don't know why, because the wrapper is always with me, it's my wrapper. So, you know, and even the boys, I did not bring anybody into the house. So when the driver said I should look for somebody to help him, that he can't carry it. So as I called one boy, the boy now said, Mama, you are packing. So as he was going outside, he now called others to come out. I said, no, you can be bringing it, let them be helping you. Before God and man, I think nobody has entered my house.
Anyway, have anybody reached the man?
No.
Any response? Have any of you reached him? Get back
He
to
started
us.
talking.
I'm not talking to you. If you are contacting him, get back to us. If not, we'll visit the case after today. I'll get back to the house because you respond to this office and we are still going to contact the king over this matter. He will take care of his children. If you have the money he wants to spend calling lawyer for filing, what is he filing for? So you did not pay your dowry. It's not when they pay dowry, they will ask for dowry, right? And if you say it's 40,000 naira, you will do the calculation of the bills or whatever, the list they give to him. They do and return it. Any response rate? The number is not reachable. We will get back after the work of the day. I'll still coming back. The office provide us.
He has to like.
All right, thank you, viewers, for being with us.